So,
Absolutely.
and I'm saying this to say people to say, well, I want to wait to get it.
Hmm.
And the platform is good because people there's a bunch of people that says, hey, I want to wait to get it. I want to, and what happens is when you wait, tomorrow's not promised for anybody.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, and again, nobody thinks they're gonna. I mean, so a quick story on why this is so important for me.
Please.
So I am so this was I was 38 years old, and I am, the day before I'm super good. Then I
Mm.
sit on the couch and I'm like, man, I can't breathe. Like, why
Mm.
can't I breathe? I, and that's with a breathe with a F. Breathe.
Breath for
I,
the
I,
people
I
that,
can't breathe. So I'm
right.
like, my wife is like, you need to go get it. I'm like, no, I'm good. So I go to work the next day and I'm still like,
Wow.
and what happens is you're one day away from not being able to do or to
Yep.
qualify. I
Yep.
have to say, I was 38 years old. I got my chest cut open. And again, I am perfect health. You don't know
Right.
that, Phil, but
No,
I
I
mean,
didn't.
I'm a,
Wow.
I'm a professional athlete. I
Right.
worked out hard all my life. And when it's your time, it's your time. They found a huge mass in my chest.
Really?
So I had two surgeries for it. They went into the side and took a biopsy of it, and it came back that they couldn't tell what it was.
Mm.
So I'm scared. I mean, I got three kids at the time,
Wow.
babies, and actually I got two babies, and my wife is pregnant, with the third.
Wow.
Or we might have just had our third baby, and
Wow.
this is my baby girl. I'm like, I gotta walk down the aisle, like
Right.
my
Yeah.
mind. So I say this to say, you can't wait. I mean, you can't wait for anything. Like you
Sure.
can't wait for anything. Like what if you feel like oh, I'll get it tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised. I thank God it was just dead cells that was in there. It was a thymoma or something like that. So everybody has one. Normally they shrink,
Yeah.
but mine stayed big for whatever reason. Mine's and they said it was like the size of my fist that was sitting in my chest. And I mean, it was in there forever. Like it's been
Wow.
in there since I was a little kid. It
Wow.
just
Okay.
so you're one day away from not being able to qualify to make sure that your family's okay. And I
Man.
mean, if that was cancer, I mean, you gotta wait, and you gotta at least be 10 years cancer free in order to get life insurance again,
Right.
depending on what type of cancer it is.
Yeah, well, just think about what the pandemic, or the pandemic. If just how many people just did not know, boom, and then you're gone, you're out of here. Sure, there are many young couples that started families, had all life in front of them, and bam, taken out. And nowadays you hear about younger people getting up out of here. It's not even like everything used to be like, oh, them old people just clean out the top layer of the population, and it's like
Mm-mm.
that I think after 2020, 2021, everyone is aware of how close we all are to the end of a road at any day of our lives. And again, having the policy today and tomorrow comes and it's no tomorrow for you, you're covered.
You're
There's
covered.
no, again, and that's the investing part of whole life, which I like. I'm not saying I don't, but again, you need time, which you may not have. So
Right.
what's the strategy if you don't know how much time you have and you're going to pick between the two? Well, I'm going with, and that's why I went with it, is I fly every month over there. I don't know, man, a plane, planes go, they're safe, but I'm going, I'm traveling across the world. I'm not just driving in my local neighborhood.
Right.
I could be going from the fires that happen. And again, it's just in case something happens, they're covered. I don't want people to say that you benefit from someone's, but again, it's like, no, what they're able to do is kind of get a little bit of a head start from the loss of income that I would
Right.
be generating for years to come. And people aren't thinking like that. And we want to try to get you into something that is affordable to start with. And
Right.
again, one thing I like about Avon is that he's here. One thing he does is he shows up. You're not talking about somebody like, yeah, slick back hair, and he's like, yeah, come on, do it, and you see him roll off in a Rolls Royce, and how many people do you know have universal life insurance? Like, just yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And I don't know how many people I've ever known that have gone on IG and said, yeah, I've gotten this successful from a universal life insurance. But I know of people, actually, Don Combs was up here talking about, he used to work for Primerica, and said how one of the people kept his policy, and he got, he started it early, got a bad diagnosis, and ended up passing, but he kept the policy. And he had tons of friends that did not keep their policies. And I didn't know him well, I guess we weren't talking, or we weren't in our universes at the time when he was doing that. Right. But again, it's just, you never know, man. I mean, and I stayed in California with the lady who was a widower. Her husband died at like 40 from a drug interaction from antibiotics they'd been given because he was sick. On the couch in the same house that I slept in, and he was a Detroit. Actually, it was crazy. He was a Detroit Lions fan. Whole room full of Lions gear. Like he was Barry Sanders. I mean, whole room was blue, Lions, everything. And he had passed, and I mean, left behind. His children are like 20 and 18 right now, his son and daughter, and they had a life insurance policy. It kept. And I've met people who have turned and have lost a person of income. You're losing income, lifetime income, while that person's gone. Not investing from there. So what other things do people need to do? And first of all, how do they contact you? Because I don't want people watching this and be like, oh, man, yeah, I'm gonna go call my homeboy over here. No, Avon, you call Avon. That's who you call for. You watching here.
My cell phone number, man. I answer my phone. I'm one of those dudes, man, that I mean, I enjoy I enjoy talking about this because when when we started, man, this company was started to right an injustice. People were getting taken advantage of. And what I'll do is I'll tell you why the company started. There was a guy, and look him up. His name is Art Williams. Just Do It. He had one of the greatest speeches ever called Just Do It. So his family, his dad was whatever. His dad was old. His mom was old. He was about 17, 18 years old. His dad passes away. Mom never worked out in the yard at all. His cousin came over to their house, sold him a policy, gave him $19,000 of whole life insurance. Could have gave him $150,000 of life insurance. Now, this was back in the 50s, late 50s, when he passed away. $150,000 in the late 50s is probably, $1 right now.
Yeah.
Along those lines. So when he found out what happened, when he realized, like, man, my mom struggled because of this type of policy that we were sold, he got on a crusade to right the wrong. Like, look, nobody's family should have to go through what mine did because of what, and then when he goes and sees the guy, he's like, oh, well, that's what he asked for. I could have gave him that. Like, well, why didn't you?
Right.
And why didn't he? It's because he made more money off the whole life policy than he did. Because if he were to give him $10,000 of term, it'll cost him $3.50. But if he give him $10,000 of whole life, it's gonna cost him $55.
Right.
Who's gonna make more money?
Right.
Like who's actually being helped in that situation?
Right.
The agent. So how do you contact me? And I had to tell you that story because it's important, because it's not about, the company. That's the premise of the company. The company is to right injustices.
Right.
You reach out to me, man. My number is 609. My cell phone number. Call me. If call me. Like, I know he's got people all over the country, all over the world. I mean, I can't do anything outside of the U.S.
Right. But when they coming up, Title 42 is over, so they coming up through the border. You just call them when you get over here.
Yeah, just call me when you come across.
As soon as you make it over the border, just pick up the phone. Hey, Avon, I need insurance.
I need insurance. Hit me up, man. 609-743-4202.
Got
And
it.
hit me on Facebook, Avon Cobourne Jr. Hit me on Instagram. I got like 5 Instagrams. I don't know which one. I mean, I got a couple things going on. I don't even know my Instagram. I think it's Avon Cobourne on Instagram.
I will get all his links and I will put them down in the description section, folks. And actually, we're going to put his cell phone number on the underneath where we are right now, so you'll see it, everyone.
Yeah, just call me, man, because I mean everybody's got questions. Insurance is one of those things that everybody hates. I can't honestly say I love life insurance, but I love what it does.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, because again, if you don't use it, you don't get any benefit from it. But the benefit I get of me having life insurance is if I don't wake up tomorrow,
right,
my family's straight.
Right. Let me ask you. Let me tell people this is that when I was getting my policy from Avon, it was a very hard conversation for my wife to have. The first conversation we argued because she didn't want to have the conversation. It's a very hard thing to get someone to understand that mortality is an issue. So I want everyone to understand is that you may not remember what he said. You don't have time like you think. You as someone's got to make the decision and get past your own nose, your wife's nose, your husband's nose to get this policy started. And that's why I was persistent. And I told her, if something happens to me right now, what are you going to do? What's your plan? That's a great opener to start with.
Right.
One thing I love is that, Avon, like myself, on my website and my channel, I put my cell phone number. I love that people do that because you don't have to call 14 different places to talk to someone. Please, if you have any claims that your son or daughter might have been fathered by Avon, go through the proper legal channels. Don't be using me as a way to get some come up. All right, that is unless you contacted me first and you set up a contract. No, I'm joking. But any which way, Avon, listen, I wanted to everyone, please like and comment and share. And I want to say is that I would love anyone who is a whole life IUL. Anyone that wants to disagree, if Avon's willing, I would love to you to comment on the video. Let me know, reach out to me, message me, and I would have you up here to mediate a discussion between you and Avon, term versus IUL or whole, and we could talk about that in a respectful manner. To go back and forth. And this is meant to educate, entertain, and enlighten people on what is best for them. We're not talking about it's not good, but again, you have to understand a strategic play in hand. And Avon's giving you some very short-term strategies on how to get the ball moving to cover your family, because that's what you're doing, right?
Right. That's it, man. And that's what it's based on, Phil. It's based on taking care of right now. Because the thing I did want to say is we have a concept that kind of embodies how life works.
Right.
So in the early years, you're young, you don't have very much money.
Right. Broke.
A lot of bills. So when you get insurance down here, you got to be able to bridge this gap because
Are you curious about the secrets behind those who have made fortunes through vacant land investments? Look no further. We have the perfect solution just for you. Introducing Getting Dollars from Dirt, a beginner's guide to vacant land investing. This extraordinary book serves as your ultimate resource if you aspire to make a significant impact in the real estate market. Inside, you will uncover time-tested strategies and expert tips that will effortlessly guide you through the realm of vacant land investing, regardless of your experience level. Bid farewell to perplexing terminology and overwhelming information overload. This book has been meticulously crafted to offer practical steps that will kickstart your journey toward financial independence. Discover the art of recognizing the most lucrative vacant land opportunities. Getting Dollars from Dirt leaves no stone unturned. You will acquire the confidence and knowledge necessary to make shrewd investment decisions. Secure your copy of Getting Dollars from Dirt today and embark on your path to wealth. Click the link in the description below to order your copy now. Don't delay another moment. Begin constructing your fortune today.